Hello, bonjour, hola, ni hao, konnichiwa. Hello. Here at the Santa Rosa French American Charter School, we are all about languages. Every student at our school is a second language learner, some even third and fourth language learners. But here in the state of California, there's a special program for students who are learning English as a second language. It's called the ELD program, or English Language Development. My name is Victoria Nelson, and I am the TOSA, or Teacher on Special Assignment, at the French American Charter. And I'm here to talk to you today about the ELD program. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of how students qualify for the program, what happens when they are in the ELD program, and how they exit out of the program. The program is based on the ELD standards, and these are developed by the state of California, and they are the guidelines for learners, English learners as a second language. These documents are found on the CDE, or California Department of Education website. You can get them in both English and Spanish, and I believe other languages as well. It is a huge document, over 200 pages long, but I'm just going to walk you right now through some of the highlights and some of the important elements of the ELD program and how it is implemented on the school site level. The first thing that happens is when a student is initially registered at a school, part of the registration process is a document called the Home Language Survey. And basically, if any other language is noted on the registration form, even if it's spoken just by other adults in the home, the student is considered as potentially an English language learner. They are then given the test called the English Language Proficiency Assessment for California, otherwise known as the LPAC. And they are given their initial level. A student might score as IFEP, or initial fluent English proficient. Okay, so this is a student who is exposed to another language. They might even speak another language, but they are fluent in English, and they do not then qualify for the ELD program. They are reclassified right away. If they are not fluent yet, they are classified as either novice or intermediate. And this is sort of a general entry level designation. So when a student is placed in the ELD program, they are then given additional educational minutes to focus specifically on English language development. And this is beyond their regular English course that they might have during the regular school day. This is 30 minutes that is designated specifically for their skills that they're developing. Once they are in the ELD program, they are then at the end of the year given the summative LPAC, and that has more specific levels. Level 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is the most basic level. A lot of the students that are initially tested as novice would test at a level 1. Moving up through level 4. When a student is level 4, that means they are ready for redesignation, that they are considered fluent, and they qualify to be redesignated. So our goal is to move students up through the levels to get them for level 4. So what happens is once the students are given these different levels, then they are given English language development content targeted specifically for the level that they are. So what we do is we look at the students school-wide who are English language learners, and we group them according to their age and their level. This is the groups that we have going right now, and these groups are fluid. And as students progress, they might change groups if they have different needs. So there's flexibility in these groups. Each group has not more than 2 levels in it, and not more than 2 grades. And we try to keep students close to the grade. So you can see there's a 5th and 6th grade group together. TK and K kids are grouped together. We have one group that's a newcomers group. These are students in 3rd and 4th grade who are brand new to English. And their needs are very different than students, 3rd and 4th graders who may have been here throughout, throughout their schooling. Then, excuse me, during the ELD time, students are focusing on skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is the focus. And these are the 4 areas that are tested in the LPAC test. So right now we're in distance learning. So our program has a synchronous and an asynchronous component. Synchronous is when the group is together via Zoom and the interaction is live. And they are meeting in a small group with the teacher. And the focus in those meetings are on conversation, fluidity in terms of using language, being quick to answer, understanding spoken language. We focus on using complete sentences, asking questions, especially asking for clarification on meaning and words they don't understand, developing that metacognition, that ability to be aware of your own learning is a really important part of learning in general. That students, when they hear something that they don't understand, to ask for clarification instead of letting it go by. So listening, responding, speaking, and having that kind of that fluidity of language. That's really the focus in the in-person groups. Then we have the asynchronous meetings, which means the students work on it at their own time. This is when they might be working on an independent activity. They might be using an online program. They might be doing follow-up activities. A lot of the written work that we do happens independently. They might receive an assignment, talk about it in the group Zoom, but then they work on it on their own. And that is, the focus is a lot on developing vocabulary, reading comprehension, and listening in terms of understanding the main idea and, understanding components of a dialogue. A lot of the strategies that we focus on are very similar in terms of the reading, writing, listening, where you're really listening and striving for understanding. So not just hearing what somebody says, not just understanding the words, but getting into that inferred meaning and understanding the bigger picture of what's going on, the main idea of things. So more complex structures, especially as the students move up in level. Here's just some information. This is again from the California Department of Education, and it focuses on the different components that I talked about that our ELD program is based on. So listening, not only, this talks about the different kinds of things that students are exposed to, that they listen to, not just something read aloud, but a dialogue, a conversation, and what the expectations at the different grade levels look like. And again, I'm not going to go over this all right now, but these documents are available on the CDE website. So there's listening, reading. So same thing. What does it look like in the different grades? What are students expected to do, and how do they demonstrate proficiency in that level? Obviously, what a kindergartner is going to demonstrate is going to be very different than what a 12th grader does, but yet they all can demonstrate fluency at different ages. So speaking, same thing. What are the focuses at different developmental stages of a child's growth, how they would demonstrate their fluency in the spoken language. And writing. What does writing look like at the different stages? Typically, the areas that students struggle with the most are in writing. That's hard for all students, not just second language learners. So really fine tuning the writing skills is a big part of our program. And all of these things are interwoven in the program. So based on those 4 components, listening, reading, speaking, and writing, students are supported in their English language development. The goal is for them to then test at the LPAC at level 4. When they do that, they are eligible to be reclassified. In order to reclassify a student, they have to have 2 data points. So the LPAC level 4 is one of them, but the other one is another supplementary test that kind of validates that they are in fact ready to be redesignated. And there are a number of different tools that we use for that. One of them is the LGL testing that students go through. This is an online testing, so it's something that we're actually able to use right now in distance learning. They have to score a level H on the LGL testing. Another assessment tool that we can use is the SBAC, which is the state standardized testing that's traditionally given in the spring. It was not given in the spring of 2020 because of distance learning. We're hoping in the spring of 21 that we will be able to administer this assessment. And the third tool that was sometimes used is the DRA, which is the developmental reading assessment. So there are a number of different tools that we can use, and they have to score at a certain level on 2 of those data points. And if that happens, then they are redesignated. They become RFEP, or redesignated fluent English proficient. And that's our goal, is to get students ready for middle school when they go, that they are considered fluent in our language. So thank you for joining us today. I know that was a lot of data, and again, a lot of that information is available on the CDE website. And again, here at the French Charter, we are all about language. So thank you very much.